Mike, first of all, thanks for being on the show today. I'd like that you take time out of your day to just talk with the students here and tell us a little bit about the basketball team.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So, coming in, this is your first year as an assistant coach. What do you think the expectations are going to be for this team this year?
I mean, coming into any year, you always have high expectations. You expect the most out of your players as well as the coaching staff. And I feel, although ranked 10th in the preseason polls, we're going to shock a lot of people and we're going to show the Wibbiac what we're really made of.
So you really think you can compete in the first year of having this Wibbiac schedule, playing amongst those other 15 teams, the 20-game schedule that you play? Do you feel that you can contend for the championship even though you necessarily can't win it?
I feel we can definitely compete. We have the caliber of players and the caliber of coaching staff that will make us a contender for sure.
How do you feel that losing those three starters, Kostic, Nikolovsky, and Thompson, are going to affect this year's team?
There's definitely three hard losses to take for any team, but with the players we have stepping up, I feel that although big holes to fill, they're going to fill those holes, especially with the way we've been practicing, the way they've been playing. I don't feel like the gaps will be as wide as you may think.
So for this team to really be successful and make a run at this conference, not only for this year but for next year, what has to change from last year?
I feel our defensive mentality needs to become stronger. We need to just crack down on offensive and defensive rebounding, and our free throw shooting for sure needs to be a big improvement for us.
So far, you've been through a lot of practices. You guys are waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to have practices. From the first practice till right now, after the Duquesne game, what's the one thing that has been the most improved on the team?
I think coming together as a team has been an improvement. I mean, that's the most important thing. When we get everybody with one mindset, one mentality, I think once we have that set, we can move on. But I feel like our defensive press, our offensive press breaker, I think those are our keys for the start of the season.
Now, only having two seniors on the team, do you see this year as more of a preparation year for being able to be eligible for the playoffs next year, or are you playing this year to say, hey, we're going to be in the playoffs, knowing in the back of your mind that you're not going to be there?
I think we're going into this season saying that, hey, we're one of the top teams in Wibbiac. We're not here to just compete and just let teams pass us by. We want to show the Wibbiac that we can play, that by next year we're a team to watch for.
So if everyone on the internet here is watching us, they might not know a lot about the basketball team. Give me some key players that are really going to help out this team this year.
First off, we would point to our Jordan Thomas. He's electrifying, and I feel like he's really going to spark the offense. Emmanuel Jackson, he's a shooting guard. We have Igor Dutina at forward. Matt Houston, big 7'3" kid. Taya Disick, he's our forward also. And we have many other guys that are going to step up and play the game the way it should be played.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you very much for joining us here today, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike Ferrari, for joining us today. And before we sit down with Krista Canfield, let's take a look at next week in sports. Next week, there is only one game, Saturday, November 10th. The Griffins football team will finish up the season by traveling to West Liberty University for a 1 p.m. start. This will be the last game of the year for the Griffins, and the 3 wins that they have amassed so far this season equals the total number of wins for the past 2 seasons. West Liberty comes in 7-3 overall, 5-2 in the WVIAC. Seton Hill is 3-6 overall, 3-4 in the WVIAC. West Liberty last week defeated Charleston 27-13. Eddie Hills rushed 26 times for 138 yards. West Liberty also racked up 188 yards of total rush offense. Zach Amadeo went 18 for 28, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception in the win for West Liberty. So Seton Hill will really need to focus down on that run game in order to stop this West Liberty team. Antoine Jones leads the Griffins, averaging 128 yards per contest, and his 1,148 yards is now a school record. Jones surpassed the 2,000-yard mark with his 74 yards rushing this past weekend. And Derek Thompson is second in the conference with 9 touchdown receptions, and Sammy Tranks, the return specialist, is 16th in the nation with 26.5 yards per return. After looking at last week's sports, we'd now like to sit down with senior Krista Canfield to discuss a little bit about the volleyball team. Krista, first of all, congratulations on the season. Thanks for being here today.
My pleasure, Corey.
Being a senior, what was it like to play your final game here at Seton Hill University?
It's definitely something I'll never forget. We had my senior night on the weekend, so that was a special night. But being the last home game, knowing that I'm never going to get to play in front of my friends and family, my coaches made sure that it was a very emotional night.
Emotional it was. After starting out the season 5-9, what was it like between you, the coaches, and your teammates?
It was kind of stressful. The coaches really didn't expect for us to start off very good because we have such a young team. But after we got off to a bad start, the team's morality, I guess, was kind of down. Once we started winning and everything became more positive, it was a lot more fun.
So that goes on to ending the season on a 12-1 winning streak. I mean, what really was the one thing that changed and everything just seemed to click?
One of our big games, definitely beating West Virginia Wesleyan, was a huge win for us because they were ranked so high in our conference. Our team just started coming together. Everyone started having fun together and playing together, and it made a big difference in our season.
Playing in both the NAI and the NCAA, what was the biggest difference in terms of teams you played and the way you played the game, if there was any?
Well, NAIA, we knew all of the teams. We knew all the scouting reports and all that stuff, so we were definitely more prepared for the games. The competition was a little less in the NAIA. This year, we have a lot bigger teams that play a lot more competition, and we didn't know so much about the teams. So this year definitely is going to be a big help to next year's scouting and all that stuff.
Now, being the only senior on the team, this Griffins volleyball team is going to return a lot of good players. Do you see them competing for the conference championship next year?
Oh, definitely. They have a lot of potential to be a very good volleyball team next year. And with Ray and Lindsay both returning and being seniors, they're definitely going to do very well.
Do you feel this season was an overall success, though?
I think it was. Even though we started off kind of shaky, everyone came together at the end, and I think we're going to do very well next year.
Now, where does this team, you played here for 4 years, where does this team rank this year against the 3 other teams that you've played on?
I would say it's pretty high up there. My sophomore year was the year that we won the division championship against St. Vincent here, and that was definitely something I'm never going to forget. But it was a lot of fun this year. The girls all got along really well, and I think they have a lot of potential and a lot more wins to come next year.
Thank you, Krista, and congratulations on the great season and good luck in the future. Just for everyone to know, Athlete of the Week at Seton Hill University will resume on the spring sports schedule and spring sports contest when they start. I'd like to thank you for tuning in this week and remind you to tune in every week for Griffins Sports Weekly to take a look at the Seton Hill University athletics. I would like to thank all my guests, Krista Canfield, Mike Ferrari, and also like to thank Pete DeSantis, the cameraman, Jim Heenan, Becca Baker, Molly Rob Shimko, Jason Green. Once again, I would like to thank you for tuning in, and I will see you every week here on Griffins Sports Weekly.